Luca.
I think an ecologist studies plants and animals.
Very good
Animals.
guess. That's a very good guess. We had that video at the beginning with the animals in it. That's a very good guess. Someone else have another guess? Jaden.
The mountains and mountains.
Ah, I think they studied mountains and snow. Wow, that's a good guess. Yeah, we had kind of mountains in the video too, didn't we? There were some mountains that the lizard was running over. The marine iguana was running on. Malachi, do you have a guess? Oh, can you unmute Malachi?
I think they study plants and animals and mountains.
And mountains. You think Luca and Jaden are right. They study plants and animals and mountains. Ariana and Zelda, what do you think?
I think they study animals in the desert.
Oh, you think they study animals in the desert? Yeah, it looked like a desert, didn't it? In that movie we watched. Lisha, what do you think? What do you think they study?
Snakes and the lizard.
Snakes and lizards. Yeah, we had snakes and lizards in the video, so maybe they study snakes and lizards. Okay, Sophia, what's your guess?
It is trees and animals.
Trees and animals. Yeah, and trees are kind of plants. Yeah. All right, those are really, really good guesses. Here is an answer. An ecologist is like a nature detective. They study plants, animals, you're right, and the environment. So things like mountains and deserts. They study plants, animals, and the environment and how they work together and how they help one another. So they're like a detective that goes out and sees how they help one another. So we're all put all of our answers together. We have a right answer. What's an ecologist? So I'm an ecologist, so that's what I do. I go all around the world and I'm like a nature detective. I try to figure out how the plants and animals are related to each other and how they help one another out. So let's do a quick review of what we talked about.
Everywhere you go, you still adapt to it. Like you don't like if you live at near the beach and you still hear the water, nothing like it's like you can't even hear it. Like it's not even there.
Yeah, you like get used to it. Yeah, you like adapt, you adjust, you get used to it. So when we're talking about humans adapting, that's what we're talking about. When we talk about animals adapting, we're actually talking about through millions and millions of years. So when we saw that video of the snake slithering and the lizard running over millions of years, those each generation of lizard ran faster and faster until they could eventually run away from the snake. So that's when we're talking about adaptation for animals and ecologists. It means over many, many generations, many, many children, grandchildren, animals and plants slowly change to better survive. And that iguana in that video has actually adapted to be able to swim in the ocean. So they didn't show in the video, but that iguana can run and jump into the water and swim. And that's where it actually swims to get food. And it did that through adapting through many, many generations. Our next term is predator prey. Do you want to talk about that, Ms. Morphine Valencia?
I would love to talk about that. Do you guys know what a predator or a prey is? Have you guys heard the term? Malachi, I saw your hand go up.
A predator is something that wants to eat. Like it's almost like an enemy of. It's an enemy of an animal. Like snakes are an enemy. I mean, birds are an enemy of snakes. So that means it's like its arch nemesis.
That is completely right. Yes. Like, let's say like that video, right? Where that snake was trying to eat that lizard. That snake is a predator, right? So what is a prey? The kind? Do you have your hand up? Oh, it seems you're still mute. I can't hear you that well. Okay.
A predator is like something big and something that has claws and that can hunt you down. It like a black panther or a lion or 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 big dog.
Yeah.
No, that's a great idea. Yeah, there's lots of predators that have big claws that eat like other animals through hunting, lions, bears. Believe it or not, there's also some hidden predators. We are a predator. When we eat chicken, we eat beef, but do we have claws? No.
I have
We use
claws.
tools to get them. Got
I have claws.
claws. Luca, you have your hand up. Do you know what a predator of prey is? You can go ahead, Luca.
I think prey is an animal being eaten by another animal.
Yes, prey is an animal that gets eaten by another animal, like chickens. Chickens like to eat corn, but then we eat the chickens, right? Or bunnies. Bunnies like to eat leaves and veggies, but then wolves eat the bunnies. You guys are such geniuses. So predators and prey are a relationship. Predators likes to eat prey, and prey likes to eat plants.
Very good. Now the last word's a little bit tougher even. The word is ecosystem. And I want you to learn it because I'm going to say it a lot. Ecosystem. So I see there's lots of guesses for it. How about Ariana and Zelda? Can you guess what ecosystem is? It's pretty hard, so I might just tell you.
It's a place where an ecosystem is a place where you live.
That's really good. It's where plants and animals live. You're so smart. That's a great answer. So Galapagos tortoises actually arrived, their ancestors arrived to the Galapagos 3 million years ago. And they came all the way from Chile. So here we are up here in Los Angeles. Way down here in Chile lives this tortoise right here, the Chaco tortoise. It's really small. It's like this big. But 3 million years ago, a tortoise that looked like this tortoise washed into the ocean in a storm. And it was pregnant. It had eggs that were fertilized. And so it floated across the ocean and it landed on the Galapagos. And when it got there, it laid its eggs. These eggs hatched, and there's more tortoises on the Galapagos. So here you go. This is pictures of all the different types of Galapagos tortoises. They look really different from each other. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what you see that looks different between these different tortoises? Takai?
What is the difference between this one and that one?
The difference is this one has like a bigger shell than this one, but this one has like a longer neck, but this one has like a thicker, stronger, bigger shell.
That is so great. See, we're being scientists. Remember the scientific method? The first thing was to ask questions. We're making observations. Oh, this one looks like a bigger shell. Look, this one has a longer neck. Luca, do you see any differences?
The difference that I see is that some tortoises have longer heads than others.
Yeah, great observation. They have longer necks than others. Look at this one, how long that neck is. And look how short this neck is right here. Ariana and Zelda, do you see a difference?
I see that they have different shells, and I see two long necks.
Yeah, you see the long necks and the different shells. What's different about the shells?
The shape.
The shape. Yeah, very good. And what would you call these shapes? How would you describe these different shapes?
Well, they're all most of them almost look the same except one.
Yeah, except maybe this one looks really different.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could, someone else, can you help us out? What do you think looks different about like this shell, maybe even this shell, this shell? What looks different to you? Malachi.
That all of them are like that are big and bumpy, and that they're they're oval shaped and round.
Yeah, some of them are kind of a bump right here. And other ones are oval, shape, and round. Variants are impacted too. And so the islands were starting to degrade. But luckily, there's some hope for recovery. So right here, there's a really fancy map of an island, and this shows where these different tortoises are. There was rumors for many, many years that these tortoises looked really weird. See, they kind of look kind of flattened on top. They kind of look odd. They kind of don't quite look like they have the bump, and they don't quite look round. And so scientists went in 2007 and 2008 and took their genes. They took their DNA and analyzed them and found out that they were hybrids with these extinct species. So they had in their DNA locked away their great great grandparents were these extinct species. And so what they did is they carry them on a helicopter. You see, here's a helicopter, and here's two tortoises stacked on top of each other. They picked them up in the helicopter and brought them to a breeding center so they could mate with each other, breed, so we could get back these extinct species.